A couple weeks ago, I found myself in Loveland, Colorado at the Mountain West Expo, which was actually a pretty good time. Not as big as the Flagstaff show that I attend every single year, but it was still a great show. Saw a lot of familiar faces, and we actually even had some pretty bizarre weather up there. Well, I say bizarre, but that's not the case because as I understand, last year they had some interesting weather that came through. I mean, it only lasted about 20-30 minutes, but still, yeah, it made a mess of some of the booths and so forth. But at any rate, this show was a pretty good time. And so, at any rate, in this video that you're going to watch here, I went around and actually selected a handful of companies that I thought just absolutely crushed it. Now, I ran out of time because I was only up there for a day and a half, so there are a few honorary mentions at the end of this video that kind of compile my complete best of Mountain West. So, with that said, let's get on it. All right, the first company I'm going to be covering here is Sasquatch Trailers. Now, this company I've been following for a number of years. These trailers here, man, you know what? Obviously, in the industry of what I do, I see a lot of different trailers out there. And you know, a lot of them kind of follow that vanilla safe path. That path that is, you know, kind of everybody else does. But there's a few companies out there that really kind of stretch the envelope. They came out with something, they bring something to the market that is really unique and different. So we're going to kick things off with Sasquatch here. In a moment, you're going to hear from the owner and the founder of this company, Cass, and he's going to give us a walkthrough of this trailer. But when you, as you're looking through this here, now, many of you know my other company is a photography, videography platform. So I understand that platform, and I'm going to tell you right now, the photos and the videos, I don't know why I said photos, but the video that you're going to see here does these things absolutely no justice. I remember the first time I saw one of these trailers out at, Flagstaff last year. Man, it just, regardless of all the photos or the videos that you see online, they do it no justice. These things are quite the work of art. So let's hear what Cass has to say.
Hi, my name is Cass Kramer. I'm the owner of Sasquatch XC. I'm over here at the Overland Expo Mountain West 2024. We got the new Highland 60. First and foremost is our kitchen system. Instant setup, just open the door, spare tire rack, and you're ready to cook. Features a ice co, dual zone fridge, got power controls built into the door along with lighting. Control it from the RedArc Red Vision right here. Turn the lights on and off, turn the fridge on and off. Got deep bowl sink with the on-demand hot water. 3-burner cooktop. What I love to do with this thing, put a big griddle over the top of it and cook on all 3 burners. Aluminum cabinet system, it's all CNC laser cut. Got your shelf system. Got drawers with dividers in them. And of course the 110 for grinding coffee. Over here on the spare tire rack, we got a stainless steel prep table. This model has got the Solar infrared grill. This thing's nice, cooks at 700-800 degrees, searing steaks. Hooked up to the propane tanks. Got 2 small propane tanks, 1 on each side, gives you control over, you can turn one off and just run one down if you want to. Aluminum side box system. This one's got Zero Breeze Mark II air conditioner.
And this is one of the cool things I like with this particular trailer here. If you look at the Zero Breeze, now this is the Mark II that they have crammed in here. I'm not sure if the Mark III will fit in there. I'm pretty sure it will. But the point being here is there's been a couple AC units that I've tested out over the years. In the Zero Breeze here, it's a fantastic unit, and they have that plumbed right into the inside of this trailer, which, as you'll see here momentarily, is going to make some very comfortable living.
Up top, we've got the Expedition side racks. We've designed these things so on the slots you can bolt things to it, and on the squares you can strap things down. So we've got the mass tracks on this one. If you like to put rugs behind this and strap them down, pretty configurable however you want to do it. Inside, you got a full queen mattress, more aluminum cabinet systems to store your goods on the inside. Got the Propex propane heating system with digital thermostat. Got another Red Vision on the inside so you can control all of your appliances and power, and another 110 port. Up top, we've got a storage system with USB and 12 volts, power supplies for charging your phones, set on each side. Up front, got the Manager 30, 2000 watt RedArc inverter. Got the TVMS Rogue and 4 Alpha 150 batteries for a total of 600 amp hours of power.
All right, one thing I do want to point out here is, first off, when you start looking at how the type of equipment that they use to frame this trailer together here, you're going to start noticing that they really didn't cut any corners. RedArc is another good example of this right here. They have the RedArc Manager Red Vision inside this thing, which many of you know I spent 3 years utilizing that on my last platform. It is, it's not inexpensive stuff, but it is one of the best platforms you can possibly get for a trailer like this. There's so much functionality baked into that battery management system. And then let's not, holy smokes, 600 amp hours of battery, that's a beast.
Also got the ARB air compressor when you want to air down or air up your tires after you're on the trails. Up top we got more storage. So usually what I like to put up here, generator, firewood, diesel heater if you wanted to heat your rooftop tent. Strap up there, you can store it. Got pass-throughs as well on the front, so you can close everything up and still run a cord to your inverter, shore power, and additional solar. This one here is the RedArc system. You get 280 watt panels stored up top in a box. Fully articulating hitch. Got the hand parking brake and the ARC 750 heavy duty tongue jack. Come around this side. These side boxes, you got adjustable shelving. This one's got your on-demand hot water and shower station, and access to your rooftop tent.
All right, as we see Cass walking us through, basically the setup of this, one of the things that really comes to mind here is when you look at manufacturers that manufacture just for the sake of manufacturing, then you have the manufacturers that kind of, again, level it up because they are out there. They are out there overlanding, camping. They're testing this gear. They're developing trailers or whatever it may be out of necessity to bring a better product to market. Cass and his team is a good example of this. These guys are really quite hardcore overlanders, campers, and so forth. Actually, I think Cass does whitewater rafting as well. This guy is he's all about understanding the maximizing space. And as you see him pointing out all these storage and nooks and crannies that you can store stuff on this, you can really help understand where this company's compass was pointed when they were developing this.
Underneath, we got our in-house design suspension system. It's got Fox coilovers and a heavy-duty underbody armor package. That aluminum plate protects the 36-gallon water tank, which is tucked up inside of the frame. This thing's been on the trails already, all the way up to the show, and it's a lot of fun. If you have any questions about our products, want to learn more, sasquatchxc.com. Got tons of photos, got a big brochure, all the information that you need. We also got a trailer builder, so you can go on and actually build your trailer and price it out. And of course, if you want to talk to me, give me a shout.
All right, now we're going to shift gears to up on top. We're going to take a look at a tent manufacturer. Now, this company I actually met in Flagstaff earlier this year, so this is my second time actually seeing their tents. And this is when I was talking a moment ago with the trailers, looking for companies that are bringing a little different flavor to the market, something a little different. In this company right here, as you're going to find out here from Ryan, they're really doing something completely different with these rooftop tents. So let's hear what he has to say.
Hey guys, it's Ryan here with Roof Space America. I am introducing the Roof Space 2, which is a tent we recently brought to market here in the United States. Roof Space 2 is the world's first fusion category rooftop tent. And what we mean by that is basically we combine the advantages of a hard shell tent with the advantages of a soft shell tent. Soft shell tents are nice because they have a really compact mounting footprint like this over here. And they double in size when you open them. The problem with soft shell tents is typically they can be very painful to use with the buckles, the zippers, the PVC cover. Setup and teardown times can take quite a while. So we weren't a huge fan of that aspect. We like hard shell tents because they're extremely durable and typically very easy to use. So we are the first hard shell that completely opens in a 180. So you can see here how compact the package is. Then you have just 2 latches on this side and the whole thing flips over. So really cool. Our case is all aluminum, custom extrusion profiles, laser welded corners where many opt to do plastic end caps. All aluminum there. and we've tested this up to 2,000 pounds. So it's extremely durable. You're going to rip the roof off your car before you exceed the load rating of the tent. You can see over here on this one, we have it open. This one is in what we call a panorama mode, which basically with one zipper, you can zip down the front of the tent, and it enables you to have this nice little kind of private cabana space to sit and hang out.
This is one of the things that caught my attention with their setup at the booth here. I mean, when you look at the front, the view or how open that is there, I absolutely love that, because let's face it, if you've done a lot of camping and so forth, there are times where the bugs just are not around, and it's just nice to be able to sit out there and just have that, whether that morning air surround you or this or that, or evening air, whatever the case may be. And the fact that you can quickly and easily open this thing up, just like you can see it right here on top of this Gladiator, man, this is really, really slick. I like this. I mean, imagine sitting in front of a lake and having that much of a view right in front of you.
I love to do a little charcuterie and wine up there with my girlfriend with a nice view. It's pretty nice. Setup time is about 15 seconds to open it and be ready to camp. Tear down is anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute, depending how accustomed you are to it. But we are the largest sleeping area of any hard shell that'll fit below the roofline in a 5-foot bed. And the tent is also designed to work on mini cars, so Volvos, Audi A4s, 3 Series BMWs. We have them on 911s, Rivians, Model S's, basically anything you can think of. The design is extremely versatile. But that's about it for now. If you guys want to learn more, you can go to our website, www.roofspace.com, or you can check out our Instagram at Roofspace America. Thanks, guys.
All right, now we're going to shift gears back over to a trailer, and this is with Lost Road Campers. Now, in a moment, Luke here, he's one of the owners over there, and he's going to walk us through this trailer that, for me, especially when you see the inside of this trailer, that's where the aha moment took place for me. What these guys are doing inside this thing is really quite unique, and let's face it, when you go out there and buy a trailer, camper, whatever it may be, to be able to personalize that space to your exact liking is, for a lot of people, you're somewhat shackled with the limitations that you may have. As you're going to see here, when he goes inside this thing, man, you have a blank canvas, a lot of different things that you can do to this thing quite easily and on the fly.
Hey guys, my name is Luke. I'm with Lost Road Campers. We're a family-run trailer manufacturer based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. We're here at Overland Expo Mountain West 2024. So I'm excited to show you guys some of the features that really set us apart. Starting right here at the tongue box, this is a standard feature. We're plumbed right now for 2 20-pound propane tanks. And as you can see, there's just tons of space. We packed 6 camp chairs and our Easy Up. That's kind of our go-to for the tongue box. So moving back, we have our fridge compartment. And it's equipped with, this is the slide that equips up to a 60-quart fridge. We have another configuration where the slide is turned lengthwise, and that goes all the way up to a 95-quart fridge. And that's the dual zone, so you get fridge and freezer. This one, as it's equipped, just a big fridge, but it's plenty for our family of 4. We could pack out enough for 4 to 5 days with drinks and all of our food included. Close that up. And the larger slide is going to work exactly the same way. It's just going to be oriented a little bit differently. So we'll continue back to our pull-out fridge assembly. Pull-out kitchen assembly. It's equipped standard with the stainless steel top. We have a nice deep, 10-inch deep sink. Standard, 30 gallons of water, and so you have hot and cold running water. The water heater is standard as well. We have our pull-out drawers, and then this is a compartment for like your pans, or if you have a wattle, stores nice in there. And we are going to be adding a door to just keep everything kind of tucked away for you.
Now, speaking of the kitchen, one of the things that I learned when I was chatting with these guys here about this trailer here, or particularly with regards to the kitchen here, is they are developing a tray or a table that's going to swing out from on top of that, and that's going to extend that table or that kitchen space there further away from the trailer, giving you more space to mount a stove or food prep or whatever that you want to have on there. But it's a really nice way that they set this thing up.
So wrapping up the exterior, what I'm really excited to show you that I think everybody's excited when they first peek in is our interior. We're doing something a little different than everybody else. We want to allow this trailer to kind of grow with you. So we're doing I'll jump in here and we can show you. Probably the first thing you'll notice when you walk in is this slat board. And that's I think our favorite part is it allows us to move everything and kind of play around with configurations until we find the way we like it. All of our accessories attached with a quick connect system, and it's as simple as a couple thumb screws. You can pop off or just not take it off all the way, but slide it. All the cabinets are equipped the same. So you can loosen it, slide it over, you can move it to different walls. Everything's made out of aluminum, so it's all super light. You don't have to worry about rust. You know, we offer a handful of accessories standard that you get to try out. And then as you see you need to add or delete things, you know, you can come to us and make any additions at any time, whenever it's convenient for you guys. So we offer just a handful of little things just to list. Utility trays. We have this table which folds down, get out of your way. There's a shoe rack there. We have coat hangers, hat hangers, towel hangers, little trash cans, a couple different sizes of cabinets. You can really kind of pick what works for you and add it as you go. One thing I did forget to mention, out back we have our outdoor shower. I know I mentioned our water heater, so that's plumbed to the sink and the outdoor shower. And that's a quick connect tent that we developed a connection system to because we don't like driving around with the canvas flapping around. So you can tuck that, pull that out of your storage, hang it up and open it up super quick and get your shower going.
So this is what I was talking about earlier. When you look at all the options and you look at the ecosystem of the different parts, from the cabinets to the hooks to the tables to all these little things that they have developed to be able to personalize that space, you have so many different options. If one week you want a paper towel holder on the right hand side and next week you want it over the left. If you want a cabinet here, the next week you want it over there. If you want a shelf there but you want to move it over there. Again, as you can see here, you have so many different opportunities to personalize this space and to kind of keep it dynamic. But I really think what these guys did here is a big home run.
I wanted to point out our sleeping configurations. So as this trailer sits, you have a full-size queen and then we have a twin. So like, you know, you small families out there, we camp with me and my wife and my 2 kids, and super comfortable. If you are just a couple, you can eliminate the twin. We really wanted to hammer modularity, and this trailer can kind of grow with you, or, you know, if you have something you're looking for in particular, we can make it work with you. So we've had people eliminate the twin bed. We've had a pass through to access the fridge from inside. We could do like a single burner stove, more storage. It really, you know, the options are really as much as you can imagine. We can figure it out for you.
And one thing I do want to point out here, that mattress that is over on the left-hand side, that actually has springs inside of it. So it's not like a memory foam mattress that you see in a lot of rooftop tents or a lot of trailers. That's an actual spring mattress there. That thing was stinking comfortable.
So just one more thing I wanted to point out. This trailer, I don't know if you noticed, is a very bright blue, but we offer a handful of different colors, interior and exterior. If you have any questions about configurations, colors, just reach out to us at our website. It's lostroadcampers.com. You can find us on Instagram. Other than that, thanks and have fun at the show.
All right, we're going to be shifting gears over to a grill that is actually quite unique. Now this is a grill that came to my attention a few months back, and in a moment Anthony with Grill Game is going to share with us the ins and outs of this thing, what makes it very unique. But one of the reasons that how it ended up on our Best of Mountain West here is because, you know, kind of like the rest of the theme of this video here, these are companies that are zigging when others are zagging, something just a little bit different. And this one right here is actually quite unique. Here in California, we're faced often with fire bans and so forth. And so as a result of that, I have to have a propane grill that I bring out with me when there are fire restrictions. And then I also have a wood burning one because, let's face it, at the end of the day, if I can cook over wood, I would rather do so. So anyways, I have 2 grills, which seems a little redundant. So this company right here, it's a all-in-one. So rather than having to go out there and buy 2 separate grills, well, as you're gonna find out here in a moment, all you need is this one.
Hey guys, it's Anthony with Grill Game. I'm out here at Overland Expo Mountain West. I've got the brand new G2. It's an 8-in-1 portable grill. Super portable, very versatile, does a little bit of everything. So regardless of where you go, where you end up, how you wanna cook, you got something that'll work for you. It works off of propane, charcoal. You can set it up right over a wood burning campfire if you're out somewhere that still allows fires. I know that's increasingly uncommon, so it does have a propane fire pit. Comes with a flat top griddle, as well as a traditional grill grate. You can, as I said, cook over propane or charcoal. Use it as a stove or a smoker. This is a new part that we're excited about, called the Biscuit. It stands for Burner Shield Charcoal Tray. How we're using it in this orientation, it's our burner shield. Drop it in like this. It's now our charcoal tray. Makes disposing of charcoal super easy. Just take it out and dump wherever it's safe to do so. You can utilize the grill as a stove, whereas we're up here grilling. Take this, drop it down, gets you out of the wind, right over the flame. Boils water super quick, lets you cook with a pot and pan. What makes the grill is its portability. Whole thing breaks down and the lid essentially becomes a travel case. So the firebox is 4 pieces. We put our flat top on our grate. Sides come out. Legs for the sides will slot into here. Legs on top of that. Comes with a carrying bag for all the smaller parts. Drop those onto here. The lid then fits over, latches down, and you're good to go. Comes with a mat that'll attach to the bottom. It's flame retardant, so if any grease, embers, anything falls into that, you're not burning up the forest or making a mess. But keeps the whole thing self-contained, so any mess you do make stays in there. And yeah, it just gives you a lot of options for getting out, whether you think you're gonna end up somewhere where you can cook over wood fire, and that turns out to not be the case. Still cook dinner, use the flat top, do bacon and eggs in the morning, kind of however you wanna use it. It's got the different features to allow you to do so. If you'd like to learn more, check it out. You can find us at grillgame.com or on Instagram at grillgame. But yeah. Thanks.
Now we're going to shift gears over to a table, and a table that happens to be one of my favorite tables that I bring out religiously, probably 99.9% of all the times I'm heading out. It is often, as I've said in many of my videos, it's the first item that I set up with my overlanding gear, and that of course is the Tailgater tire table. Now in a moment, Ward, he is one of the owners in this family-run, made in USA business, he's going to share with us some of the new products that they brought with them to Mountain West. One of them happens to be a smaller tire table, which is great for things like mounting your diesel heater up high enough where you can run it into your tent. But anyways, let's hear what Ward has to say.
Hi there, I'm Ward from Tailgater Tire Table. We are here at Mountain West displaying all of our products, and one of our new products is a little shorty table. You use this for your tent top heaters, and it's up off the ground closer to your tent, saving a few BTUs. And then over on the side here, we've got the organizer bag, so you can hang that off your vehicle and stick it full of whatever you need to have.
Now this organizer, one thing I do want to add here, unlike some of the other organizers that are on the market, you see, this one I've been testing for the last 3 months, and Many of the organizers that I've tested in the past, they have shallow pockets. So as a result of it, when you go putting things in, it's almost kind of like a balancing act to keep them in there. If you accidentally brush into it, things go falling out. And one thing I like what Tailgater Tire Table did with this organizer here is there are deep pockets. So you have a lot of room to stick a lot of your kitchen supplies in there. And it's in there because the pockets are deep. So they did a really good job on this thing.
So here's another new product we did. It's a windscreen to keep your fires lit on your barbecues, your burners and everything. We did 3 sizes. This is the 18-inch, so everything stays nice and together. And then over here, we did a 24-inch, so your Genesis fits in there real nice. We've got one size larger, 6 inches, so it's a 30-inch. So if you need any more information on Tailgater Tire Table and our products, you can go to tailgatertiretable.com and see all of our products, and you can contact us with any questions you have.
All right, next we're going to shift gears over to a wall tent, and this one was right in the entrance of the expo there, so I walked by it a number of times, then I stopped, and I've seen a number of wall tents over the years, and what sold me on this was not only the craftsmanship, you know, when you look at the stitching and just the, you know, how they thought when they developed this thing. This is a really creative approach on wall tents, and plus this Ben, you're going to be hearing from here in a moment. He is the owner of the company itself. So again, we're talking about something that's made in the USA right here. But he's actually a legitimate, he's a cowboy. This guy is out in the middle of no place on his horseback, and this tent was designed, I think he even mentions it in here, the tent was designed to be able to carry on a horse. But let's hear what from Ben, and let's take a look at this tent.
Hi, I'm Ben Lewis. I'm here with our company's Roman Home. We have redesigned a canvas wall tent. We did a lot of things to make it better. We made it very compact. Doesn't take up much space when you need to pack it around. It's easy to set up. One person set up in about a half an hour. We put the stove in the middle. So in the wintertime when you're hunting, everybody's heated equally. Nobody's freezing, and everybody can sit around the fire and have a conversation. So what we have here is a wall tent that we crossed with a teepee. We have a teepee system on a rectangle frame. Rectangles are a lot much easier to use when you're camping because you have rectangle beds. Circle tents are a little bit harder to sleep in. So we made a very efficient tent, no bigger than it needs to be, very comfortable for 4 people. So we put 4 cots around the perimeter, and then we put a stove in the middle. That's the basis of our design. That's the idea we wanted, and then we had to design canvas to make it fit that idea, and this is what we came up with.
Now here's one of the things I really admire about this wall tent right here. Many of you know I've done a lot of cold weather camping in hot tents, and most of them have the wood stove pour over on one of the sides and so forth. The fact that they designed this with the fireplace or the wood stove in the center, making it more of a communal object in the center, so everybody that's in there is getting kind of an equal amount or close enough to the heat there, especially if you're in some frigid areas, that's going to be pretty darn appreciated.
So let me show you around. We have a double zipper door, makes a wide entrance to the tent. The front of our tent is locked down with poles all the way along. We have guy lines on every point all the way around. It kind of creates a spiderweb effect from the top, and so it does amazing in the wind. This tent can handle 65-mile-an-hour gusts, and you don't have to worry about it blowing down. So inside we have a mesh floor, and that mesh floor is a boots-on camp. You don't have to take your boots off if they're messy. The mess will fall through. You don't have water standing on the top. You're not having to manage that. So inside of here you can see how the design works. We have a high ceiling. We wanted a high living space. The tent actually feels bigger on the inside than it looks from the outside, and that's byproduct of the design. We have a high ceiling, and then our sidewalls tip out a little bit for water management, and then we wanted the inside space to be big. So we have one center pole. We have poles around the outside on every point. All of these poles break down to 28 inches or less, which I designed it for horse packing, and the length is a problem on a horse for packing, but the fact that we break our tent down into 2 bags and it's not very long, it makes it amazing for anybody to pack it around. It doesn't take up a ton of space in side-by-side or an overland rig. So this tent is a very stable, sturdy shelter that can be very warm. I've been in 5 below with this stove going, and it does amazing. I don't have to have a coat on in here. It's like it's a home away from home. and it's amazing the places you can take it to. I have some scenes of aspens and nobody around, and the adventures you can have are amazing with this tent. You can reach us with other further questions or inquiries. We have a website. It's romanhome.com. We spell that ROAMIN HOME, so romanhome.com.
All right, now we're going to be shifting gears over to Alaskan campers. Now, these guys have been around for a very long time. In terms of campers, this is one of the who's who out there that I've been following for a number of years as well. And every time at the Expos where I have the opportunity to climb up inside these things, I jump to the occasion because it is pretty slick. You look at it from the outside here and your brain's telling you, okay, it's only so big on the inside, but yet when you get inside, man, this thing, again, kind of like what I mentioned earlier, it punches way out of its weight class. So Nick's going to walk us through, and let's hear what he has to say.
Hey guys, Nick here with Alaskan Campers, and we're gonna take a look at this 8-foot Cabover Alaskan. Let's check it out. Each Alaskan comes really well equipped. We've got a cassette toilet over here to your right, full 3.5 cubic foot fridge, keep your drinks nice and cold, nice deep sink right here so you can keep your dishes clean, and then this wonderful flush mounted 2-burner stove. Also, another great option is the Nomadic X2 AC unit in the Alaskan. And then of course, in every 8-footer, you can option for the large 44-inch dinette. And then up in the Cabover, we've got a wonderful queen size bed up there, so plenty of room for sleeping. And then of course, the power plant that runs the whole unit are our Expion 360 batteries, the 162 amp hour, and you can fit up to 6 in each Alaskan. You can also equip your Alaskan with solar panels, up to 3 on the roof, 190 watt ZAMP solar panels. And then all of our electrical components are RedArc, inverters, converters, you name it. We can do it in your Alaskan camper.
And there we go again, RedArc being used inside this thing. Again, a good indicator of the type of components that this company is putting into these campers. And you know, a moment ago, come on, let's be real here. Doesn't that look a lot larger on the inside than what you would expect? That's what I thought.
You can sleep 4 adults comfortably, as long as everybody loves each other. 2 on the dinette, 2 up in the Cabover portion. Also great for any family of 4. So each Alaskan camper is made in the United States, up in Winlock, Washington. We love calling the Pacific Northwest our home. The magic in an Alaskan camper is truly up here, up top. Have a hard-sided pop-up camper, so no soft sides, no tents. All the benefits of a pop-up, all the benefits of a fully hard-sided camper. 3 flaps up in the Cabover portion that fold up, latch into place, and create your complete hard-sided camper. With the Alaskan camper, we say that any half-ton pickup or better is gonna be great. So any 1500, 2500, 3500 pickup truck is gonna be fantastic. For more information, or if you'd like to get in touch with us, the best place to do that is our website, alaskancampers.com. We've got a really fun builder tool I would encourage everybody to play around with, but certainly reach out to us with questions. Happy to help in any way that we can.
All right, now we're shifting back on ground to the Sherpa. This is the Gen 3 trailer. In a moment, Chris is going to be walking us through this thing. Now, this is, in terms of teardrops, this is one of those trailers that has, again, it excites me on where they have come. When you look at the path of where they were and where they are right now, this company has really, as you're going to find out, they really nailed this one out of the park. This is a very different, very unique, again, going back to what we were talking about a moment ago, this is a company that is zigging while others are zagging. It's a very different twist on your typical teardrop trailer. But as you can see through the shape of this thing here, the ergonomics, anyways, how this thing looks is very different. As Chris walks us through and how they set this thing up and some of the bells and whistles on this thing, you're going to find out very fast why this trailer here, specifically the Gen 3, has ended up on our Best of Mountain West. So let's hear what Chris has to say.
Hey, this is Chris Brown with BRS North America. I want to introduce you to the Sherpa Gen 3 and kind of show you some of our changes and what separates us from a lot of our competitors. First, we start with 8 sheets marine grade aluminum. We laser cut it, press brake it, and weld it all together. So from here down, we're all aluminum. We weld our own aluminum chassis, and we make our own suspension. We have a proprietary Terraform suspension, which is swing arm independent. We use Bilstein shocks, Firestone airbags, so you can have airbag leveling. We do have a top piece from here up. We're one-piece molded fiberglass. We use a Nitacore core, and this is the substrate on the top. It does give you an extra strong platform and gives you an extra insulation. We have 33s on it, but you can go up to 35s without modifying the wheel wells at all. We have the largest door in the industry. We're semi-monocoque construction. The way we build, the strength is in the chassis and the build process itself, not in the lamination of the wall. So we can make this as large as we want to. So we manufacture most of everything you see. 70% of it's manufactured by us or suppliers right around us in Hohenwald, Tennessee. We have the largest door in the industry. This allows you to be able to get into the camper without having to fold up. If you have bad knees, you can still get in and out. We do a couple things. We're end users, so we use residential foam mattresses instead of the standard small little thin mattresses. These are just back cushions. So we use these so when you get off the trail, you can actually relax in the comfort of your home when you get back. There's storage in the back. We do use a diesel hydronic system for your heat and your water, hot water. It's a Eberspacher system. We have 2 heat exchangers inside, and it does slave heat the water tank. We do have 35 gallons of fresh water on board. Go around to the kitchen. We also use Bush Company awnings. They're just extra strong, don't need a lot of extra support.
It's funny, in the beginning of the video, I spoke about this show having some inclement weather and so forth, and the heavy winds made a mess of a lot of the tents and so forth. That awning that he had there, I can't remember whether he mentioned it in the video or not, but they didn't have to put the legs down, where typically with awnings, you got to put the legs down, but that awning is really, you know, it's quite strong.
But back here, we have 2 fridge freezers. Built in, you can have 2 refrigerators, 2 freezers, or 1 of each. Large stove or pot and pan drawer. And then a pantry that slides down for you to be able to get to your stuff. We added some extra decorations here, but it also helps you see what's inside before you slide it down. This part is folds in. And that's the back end of the camper. It's easy deployable, plenty of cook space on the side. We use RedArc, Red Vision battery management system. Comes standard with a 270 Battleborn Game Changer. We can put 2 270s, so you can have 540 lithium iron power on board. Spare tires on the side. We do have hot and cold running water in the kitchen area. Spare tire mounted on the side. We are RVIA certified, so that allows you to get bank financing, but we can offer LP gas tanks on the side for your cook stove. Coming around the front, we have a deployable Yolka shower cube. It has a dry and a wet section. We even put speakers in the door. So inside we have a TV, a stereo, kind of an entertainment system. So we put speakers in the door, so when the door is closed, you have 4 speakers, but when the door is open, you have outside stereo. In the front, of course, we have dual Rotopacks on either side, so we have Rotopacks holders, so you can put 2 on either side of the unit. Up front, a lot of the ladies asked, where's the porta potty go? So we do have a porta potty storage up front. Large area. We've cleaned up the front. If you saw our previous Gen 2, you can see a lot of electronics that we used on display. Now we're more automotive. We put it behind this panel, so your Battleborn battery lives behind here, your Eberspacher, and your RedArc Red Vision has easy access here. We do have an onboard air compressor, so you can level the camper off-road. So if you're on bad territory, you don't have to, or bad terrain, you don't have to unhook the camper from the truck. You just level it with the ARC jockey wheel front back, and then the airbag side to side. We'd have a sacrificial batch panel here that protects the 2.8 gallon diesel tank on the back, inside here. So 2.8 gallons will last you practically years. It's pretty miserly. Again, we have an aluminum chassis. So it's a body on frame, you have aluminum chassis. The body actually is welded separately. It's semi-monocoque, straddles the frame and then bolts through. We have steel bracketry that bolts through for the aluminum frame, and then we use a DO35 coupler, arc jockey wheel. You can add solar on the top. We have 2 Anderson plugs for the top, so you can add up to 400 amps of solar. There's 400 watts of solar on the roof, but we use an Anderson plug on the front. So you can put one of these on your truck, go straight to the alternator, and charge the batteries while you're going down the road by the DC-to-DC charger. Again, Bush Company, it's extremely strong awning. We were in a huge windstorm yesterday. You were probably here too, and it swept across the whole park. And these were deployed the whole time. We never even folded them up. So it was a testimony to how well they're built. We actually have folding steps on both sides, stainless steel. And in a pinch, works as a bathroom too. So there's a brief walk around of the Sherpa. Oh, inside we'll look at a couple things. Inside, again, we have storage behind each cushion. So it's, again, all storage, so it's not going to degrade. It's not going to get weaker over years. It's all aluminum. It's either powder coated or Raptor lined. We'd have 2 fans inside on either side, and then we have reading lights. I also decided to do a rheostat. If you look at the lights, you can actually dim them, so it's a dimmer switch. This is your Eberspacher system. That controls your heat exchangers and your water heater. This is your RedArc Red Vision. So we have 12-volt hookups and cigarette lighters scattered throughout. Big stargazer window, largest windows in the doors. We even have portal windows that open on the side. Inside, we have one of the largest areas in cabin size in the industry, so you don't get claustrophobic in here. A lot of people complain about teardrop campers. If you get inside, you literally have to crawl in, crawl out. Ours, you can almost just dive in. It's plenty of room. It doesn't take a contortionist to get inside and out of here. This one has a rooftop air, so we can offer a 12-volt air. This one will run you out of here. Makes it, you can hang meat if you wanted to. Again, all this is aluminum for longevity and strength. Huge amounts of storage. This shelf goes all the way back. So it's easy to have 2 people off-grid for a long time with foldable clothes in this area. Simple things too: fire extinguisher, carbon monoxide detector, portal windows that open for cross ventilation as well. Again, my name is Chris with BRS. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at www.brsoffroad.us.
All right, now we're gonna shift gears over to a camper, not just any camper. Now this is, man, look, if you guys follow this channel, you know I'm a big sucker for family-run businesses, and this is a husband and wife right out of Nevada. They're making these things right in the U.S., and like a lot of the stuff that you're seeing on here, when you get the opportunity to buy made in USA, you're supporting jobs right here in the United States. And this husband and wife combo right here, these guys have a camper here that is actually quite extraordinary. So Jags, who's the gentleman right here in front of us here, is going to walk us through this thing, and as you're going to find out, it is quite unique.
Hey guys, my name is Jags. We're here today at Overland Expo, Mountain West in Colorado. So what's unique about Packout? Let me show you. So on the side of the passenger side, ready to cook, drop this guy, pull the max rack stable, ready to cook. You don't have to take out any table on your tailgate. Going on the driver's side, you can also carry your mountain bike on the side. Really quick, easy, 2-latch. Drop the bike, you have full access in the gullwing door. So let's go to the inside. So our bedding platform comes with a 3-inch mattress, and we adjust it if you're a side sleeper or a back sleeper. And the cool thing with our camper is you can leave all your mattress, all your bedding, all your pillow, and still be able to close the camper. Just to show you, you have a small little panel right here. You can use it to put your laptop, enjoy the view outside, have your coffee, and when you're ready to sleep, all you have to do, prop your entryway, drop this guy right here, all your bedding is ready to go. And our camper comes standard with insulated roof, and you have an option now for a fan. So that's pretty cool. And going this way, you have your storage under the wedge. So when you put away your bed, you don't lose space. You actually gain space in this area. Because you have your blanket right here, you can leave your jacket, you can leave your clothing or any other toys that you want to leave it in there. So you can check us out, www.packoutcampers.com, or follow us at Instagram, packout_USA. Talk to you soon.
All right, now when you're camping, what do you generally like to do? Listen to some music or something or another. Now, there have been a couple speakers that I've tested over the years, and one of them that I absolutely resonate with the sound quality and just A to Z with it is from these folks with Turtlebox. Now, this is a single speaker, 6x9, and it has some pretty amazing sound. So we're going to be hearing about what makes this speaker so unique.
Howdy everybody, Eric with Turtlebox Audio. We're out here in Loveland, Colorado at Overland Expo Mountain West, having a great time, enjoying some cooler weather than what we're used to down in Texas. We've got our Gen 2 speaker here on display, fully waterproof, IP67 submersible rated, airtight so it floats, and it's the only marine grade portable speaker out there on the market right now. So saltwater, freshwater, doesn't matter, you're good to go. You can pair two of them up, and that gives you true left-right stereo surround sound. Max volume, non-stop playtime, you're looking at about 8 to 12 hours. We had about half volume for the show, and that's gonna give you about 20 to 30 hours of playtime off one charge. You can take this thing out into the desert with you on your overland rig, out to the mountains, rafting down the rivers and whatnot, or take it to the beach. Don't have to worry about the sand, salt water, dirt, dust, any of that. Just know you're gonna have great tunes the whole trip. So if you want to learn more about us, check us out on Instagram at turtleboxaudio.com or online at www.turtleboxaudio.com. Appreciate you guys coming out.
All right, now let's shift gears over to a bed rack. And in a moment here, Ben, who's the founder of Trucked, is going to walk us through his bed rack that he has developed over the years. And this is another one of those companies that I've been following for a little time, and I really resonate with the founders in the direction that this gentleman is coming from right here. He really engineers, re-engineers, and really goes back to the drawing board to come out with absolutely perfection. So as he's walking you through some of the functionality of this particular bed rack here, you can appreciate just how well they use the space in this.
Hey, this is Ben from Trucked. We're out here at the Overland Expo Mountain West in Loveland, Colorado. Today we're showing off a couple cool new products with the truck behind me. We've got our hinged volley panel, which is we launched it out in Flagstaff at West. But what's new is we've got the MSP behind it with the Pelican case mounted. We've got it on both sides actually. So the really cool thing is you can see on the inside, I've got all the water tank and Milwaukee Packouts and propane and fire extinguisher all mounted to the outside of the MSP. And then I still have plenty of room on the inside of the MSP for my Pelican cases and even other gear as well. Obviously, we got a whole lot of different products. We have 9 different racks now on the website. Anything from a 6-inch rack to a 24-inch rack, short beds to 8-foot beds. We're really trying to cover the whole market. All tonneau compatible. We got T-slot mounts now. If you can dream it, we could probably mount to it. So we make everything here in the USA. We make it around Pittsburgh. It's all made out of stainless steel and aluminum, so it'll never rust. Being from Pittsburgh, rust is our mortal enemy, so no rust ever with stainless and aluminum. You can find out more about us at gettruck.com, and you can reach out to me or Jake. We'll be happy to help you.
Shifting gears over to another trailer, and this is from Ruger Trailers. In a minute, Paul is going to be walking us through this made in USA, very solid trailer. And one of the reasons why this trailer ended up on this list right here, actually there's 3 of them that this company makes here. But where I'm leaning with this is not only is it made in USA, but also it's a very budget friendly. So those of you out there that just simply don't want all the bells and whistles, you want a lean and mean, ready to go out there sort of trailer, as you're going to find out here, these guys check off a lot of those budget-friendly boxes. Now, on the flip side of this, because of the nature of these trailers here, it does give you a kind of a clear canvas to be able to work with as either your budget or your overlanding needs actually expand. So let's hear what Paul has to say.
How you doing? I'm Paul Machado with Ruger Trailers. This is the company that we have here in Arvada, Colorado, and we've been around for 10 years. I've owned it for the last 5, but got a few trailer designs that we want to kind of walk through and show you some of the features. To start off with, this is a 6-foot off-road version. Comes standard with 33-inch tires. and basically powder coat to your custom color to match or complement your vehicle. And we have those full capabilities for powder coating, but have a full range of camping options for you, how you want to manage your tent with the trailer. But this is probably the heavy duty version with 33s. It comes with if you want to get the battery option, the power rack to have your tent go up and down and have an awning system. We did team up with 23 so we can do a full turnkey solution for you and sell you the product ready to go off the door. This one has a couple options where, since we're able to raise the tent up, you can still access the tub area either through the lid or through the tailgate that options out as well. And this one does have the power strip lighting because we do have the powder to draw from. We have options where you can add inverters and to have power and shore power and everything else. But it's definitely a robust unit. Comes with a Timberland's 3,500 pound HD heavy duty version, so it can accommodate a larger off-road wheel. Same thing for this. This is our first opportunity to really show off our hauler version. And this is more of a off-road utility vehicle trailer where you can carry a motorcycle, a couple motorcycles, few e-bikes, and a four-wheeler if you wanted to do that. But it comes with the same off-road capabilities with the Timberland 3,500 pound HD, and we can scale up or scale down the wheel dimension depending on your tow vehicle. It does give you an option to put a rooftop tent on, so we can have an annex run off it at this height, and then it will raise up so you can help assist with loading and unloading your motorcycle at that point, or quad, whatever you want to put on there. Tailgate swings open and it's fully removable if you're in a tight area at that point. Stabilizers and everything else to help, when you get to a camping area, you can stabilize it and it will be rock solid when you're sleeping in your tent. The last one we have is the 5-foot version. It's a little smaller. We kind of scale it down for smaller vehicles like Subarus or Highlanders or whatever you want to use it for. This one comes standard with 31-inch tires, and you can option out the brush guards and everything else. But we have, like I said, a shop in Arvada, full fabrication. We can custom make racks for kayaks or paddle boards, whatever you want to do, and different tent designs at that point. So we have, you can find us on RugerTrailers.com. We're on Instagram and Facebook, so look us up. Our number is 303-909-5852 or at RugerTrailers.com. But love to have you guys come by, take a look at some of our trailers, and work with us, and we'll see what we can do to fit your camping needs.
Here's one of those products that really clicked with me. Now, many of you know I drive a Jeep Gladiator and so forth, and one of the things that I've always wanted to be able to do is go out camping inside the back of this thing, but there wasn't, I saw tents online that you can kind of make fit in the back, but they look so kind of novelty and kind of Willy Wonka. I'm gonna go with it. It didn't look very practical and so forth. So these guys right here, these topper tents right here, this is really, it's lean, mean setup that allows you to be able to use the back of your smaller pickup, or any pickup for that matter, and be able to camp in there. But let's hear what Kevin has to say.
Hey everybody, Kevin here with Topper Tent. We are a small mom and pop shop out of Castle Rock, Colorado. We specialize in truck bed accessories and tents, primarily our tent setup here. We also offer mattresses as well. Our tents here, super nice and convenient. They are compatible with many different toppers. So we have right here, we have the Smart Cap, which is a stainless steel topper. We also have compatibility with your standard fiberglass topper, as well as your soft topper as well. And all you gotta do, basically this thing just folds up and rolls up when not in use and just stores up in here in your truck cap. And when you're ready, you just deploy it and it cinches up under here and just kind of, you wrench it down and it's good to go. What this does is it basically extends a 5-foot bed into a 6-foot bed platform so that you can sleep in the back comfortably and not get your socks wet. Our mattresses here are a nice high density foam mattress, also offered in a trifold. The really nice thing about these is just to be able to get more space, they kind of fold up and tuck in here. Nice, so you can have a nice room and nice go when you get all your stuff and gear in there as well. Our material here is a diamond ripstop material, very durable, very sturdy. On the inside here, this layer is fully waterproof. We've had it out many nights in some really torrential stuff and have had no leakage, no seepage, no nothing. So really a great product. And super convenient too. You can usually get this whole setup up in under 2 minutes, quicker than a standard tent. If you want some more information, you can find us at toppertent.com or follow us on Instagram. A lot of new products coming out and announcements will come on our Instagram and social media.
All right, shifting gears back over to a teardrop, but again, not like any other teardrop out there, of course, is the Topo 2. Now, many of you know I've done a number of videos on this trailer. Hands down, it's one of my favorite teardrops on the market, and I've said this over and over again. I'm traditionally not a fan of teardrop trailers, or not in the sense of, you know, that old school look. I don't like them. It does nothing for me. When they came out with this one, from the composite, you know, the best I can put this, many of you may know, I went to school as a commercial airline pilot. And so a lot of the construction of this particular trailer, to me, I see resemblance to the aviation industry, the composite material that they're using on this, and just the overall setup and feel of this. I really resonate. Again, I've done a number of videos on this. In a moment, Chris, who happens to be one of the husband and wife founders of this company, again, another made in USA company, are going to walk us through this trailer. And this is actually, come to think of it, I think this is the red one that I was able to get my hands on out at Overland West a number of months back. But let's hear what Chris has to say.
Hey, this is Chris with Escapod Trailers. I am standing in front of the 2024 Topo 2 Voyager in Moab Red, my favorite colorway. This is a ultra premium one-piece fiberglass shell 4-season off-road camper. What we're really known for here is how we construct the composite. Let me show you. There's no seams, no trim. It's completely impervious to water. How this is done is we take fiberglass, we lay it up in one mold, we then pull it out of the mold and we assemble it in our shop in Colville, Utah. It is a four-season camper, which that means we have air conditioner, heat, hot water. The really cool thing is we're able to put all the mechanicals inside the vehicle. What that means for you is you're able to use that water system in the winter as well. So we drop heat ducts in all the water compartments. And then we also have heat control systems for the trailer that make air curtains in front of all the doors and windows. So come take a look on the inside. High density polyethylene used inside the trailer. We have locking cabinets, twist to open here, a spot for your shoes, heat ducts down here, as well as the big stargazer window. That is going to be your opening window for ventilation, where your hot air escapes out of the trailer and the cold air falls in. We have blackout covers for all the doors and windows. We love our magnets, so everything's super easy. And then in the front, you've got storage for all your camping goods. So here's your propane system for the heater, hot water heater. You're gonna have all of your soft goods, your chairs are all stored up here. A little light to make sure you can see things when it's nighttime. And then all of our doors and windows, of course, lock closed. 180 awning up above for plenty of livable space. And then out back, this is where the money is. This is your stainless steel kitchen, high density polyethylene, so super, super durable. Used in the boating industry, also used for cutting boards. So this material is impervious to water, easy to clean. And then we have knives which come with the trailer, all on magnets. 2-burner stove, plenty of storage, and then also a refrigerator. So you don't have to deal with ice. This unit has 21 gallons of water on board, so that's enough for a family of 2 to last a little over a week. So this is the Topo 2, base price starting at $43,990, configurable in any way that you want. The Escapod Topo 2 trailer is all made right here in the USA with American hands. If you have any questions, come check us out at www.escapod.us.
All right, the next company featured in the Best of Mountain West. Look, if you've been in the overlanding industry for any duration of time, chances are you've cooked, you've eaten something on a Tembo Tusk Scottle. So, of course, that's where we're going to be hearing from next. And this is Jerry. And, of course, again, if you know, if you've not cooked on one of these things, and if you go to any of the shows, start paying attention, looking at how people are cooking. And chances are you're going to start noticing a lot of people. These scottles right here are extremely popular for some very good reasons. But Jerry's going to walk us through. Jerry is the owner, and again, another made in USA company. So let's hear from Jerry.
How you doing? This is Jerry from Tembo Tusk, and we're at the Overland Expo Mountain West in Colorado. And we're here showing off our flagship product, which is the Scottle. It's a American-made product, adjustable legs, and you can go from 20 inches, 28, 36, and cook anything you can think of. We also have our camp tables. A lot of people don't know we make camp tables. We make two styles, this style and one with a basin, and they all fit in a nice padded bag, so it doesn't take up a lot of room in your truck. If you'd like a little bit more information, if you're not here at the show, go to tembotusk.com, and we got everything you can see there.
All right, now if you've happened to go camping with me, you know one of the lights I absolutely stinking love. I have a whole bunch of Devo lights. I absolutely love these lights. They're small, they're convenient. There's so many use cases that you can utilize these things. Many of the lights, which I absolutely love, are, because of the size, you can only use them outdoors. Well, with the Devo light here, you can use them outdoor and they light up a ton of space, but then also small enough that you can bring inside and hang off of a clip inside your tent. Now, they came to market with a new Bluetooth version of their light earlier this year, and well, he's going to talk to us about that here right now.
Hi there, Colin here with Devo Outdoor. We're here at Overland Expo Mountain West, here in the Devo booth. We've got our new Light Ranger 2000. With those of you who are familiar with our previous products, there's the 1200 and the 800, but for this year we've introduced the 2000. The 2000, what we've done is we've integrated our popular lens filter kits. So instead of having the lens filter that slides on, we just hit a button. We go to amber, to red, and then back to white. White will light up about an 80-foot area. So with this light, think of, lighting up all of your camp, but also using it around the yard, using it as a work light, using it to play pickleball or cornhole in the backyard, you name it. Some other upgrades we had with it is we redesigned the tripod so it's thicker, beefier. Then we also have these adjustable legs. So if you're on the side of a hill or something like that, and then we have stakes that slide into the bottom. So you can pin it down if you're in some wind or anything like that. And then probably the biggest feature that we've included in the 2000 is our Bluetooth connectivity. So you can get the Devos app, pair it to your light. You can change the color filter. You can change which sides are on, dim it down, turn it on, turn it off. So if you're in your tent and you want to turn the light on, because none of us are scared of the dark, so anyways, turn the light on. You can light it up if you need to go to the bathroom or you're just curious what's going on outside, turn it on. We've got a slew of accessories for our ecosystem, solar panel, motion sensor to turn the light on so if you have to go to the bathroom or you're worried about something wandering into camp, this trips the light on. But anyways, Light Ranger 2000, come check it out. You can check it out here at the show, or you can go online to devosoutdoor.com.
All right, and that is the last walkthrough that I had the time to do while I was at the show. So as I mentioned in the beginning, I basically ran out of time and I needed to get back down to Denver to catch my flight back down to California. But there were a few other companies that, again, had products there that just really stood out, and so I'm going to share them with you right now. One of the first companies we're going to talk about, another rooftop tent, is by Intrepid Camp Gear. Now they offer premium rooftop tents and camping equipment uniquely designed for ease of use and maximum durability. Now the products focus on making outdoor adventures much more comfortable and efficient. They have a very unique twist style of tent.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Sloan with Intrepid Camp Gear. This is going to be our latest model of the Geo 2.5, which is going to be our 2 adults and 1 kid, or 2 adults and 1 dog. We're going to walk through some of the features and materials that we've got on this, and then we'll hop inside, check out what we got going on there as well. Starting off with the shell, we've got a full aluminum frame with composite corners for weight reduction. On the top 2 panels in the base, there's going to be 3/4 inch honeycomb aluminum. You're going to have 2 T-slots on the bottom extrusion and 1 on the top. As far as components go that come with the tent, you've got a lockable latch on each side, 2 sets of ladder brackets, and then you're going to have stainless steel struts on each side, a 300 Newton meter strut and a 100 Newton meter strut. Up here on the hinge, we've got a rubber gasket running the length of the hinge that is replaceable. And right here in the inside, we've got an accordion gasket for weatherproofing as well. For fabric, we've got a 300D nylon ripstop with a UV protecting coating and a waterproof coating as well. Up here, we've got a rainfly with a replaceable fiberglass rod running through it. As far as entry points go, you're gonna have one on each side and one in the rear. For your two side doors, you're gonna have a secondary mesh layer and a primary waterproof layer. The zippers on the two side doors, you're gonna have 3 on the top and 1 on the bottom. The 3 zippers up top allow you to adjust the size or shape of your door if you've got any wind or weather. These zippers are also gonna be color coded based on how necessary they are during closure. During closure, you're gonna want your green zippers closed up all the way, whereas your red ones will be optional. Here on the inside, below me, we've got a 2-inch mattress with a 1/2-inch condensation mat below that. On the sides, we've got some pockets for tucking in the doors with a zip-up pocket on top to store your belongings as well. Behind me, we've got 2 accessories not included with the tent, but available to purchase separately. This is gonna be our storage organizer with 2 clear entertainment pockets for iPads or phones. I've got 3 mesh pockets and 1 zipper pocket over here on the far left. This is gonna be our cargo net for storage. Above the cargo net, your roof is gonna be made out of a poly cotton material. This is gonna have a nice vapor barrier between it and the honeycomb aluminum that keeps it nice and cool in here during warmer days. Up top in the rear of the tent, we have 2 skylights for stargazing. Each of these are gonna have a roll-up cover for blackout. And above that, we're gonna have 2 mesh ventilation points to reduce condensation. We've included 2 bungee straps, one in front of me and one behind me. These attach to each side of the tent to aid in the closure. In the far back of the tent, we're gonna have a tri-layer door. This is gonna include 1 mesh layer, 1 clear layer for stargazing, and 1 primary waterproof layer. That concludes our walkthrough on our Geo 2.5. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email at support@intrepidcampgear.com. We'll see you on the next one.
All right, next we're going to be shifting gear over to another tent manufacturer. This is by 4x4 Colorado. Now what's funny is a few months ago, I had a number of friends that just simply, it was a domino effect of people that I know were trading in or getting rid of their existing tents and picking up one of these 4x4 Colorado tents. And when I saw one for the first time out at the West Expo earlier this year, again, the light bulb went off. I could clearly see why so many people were shifting over to this manufacturer. These guys provide rugged and reliable rooftop tents and overlanding gear designed for the outdoor enthusiasts who really seek adventure.
Meet the Alto hardshell rooftop tent from 4x4 Colorado. If you're in the market for a rooftop tent for your outdoor escapades, you're in the right place. In this detailed walkthrough, we will deep dive into this rooftop tent's features, setup, comfort, and overall performance. Let's kick things off by talking about the standout features of the 4x4 Colorado Alto rooftop tent. The Alto has the most interior room of any of the 4x4 Colorado rooftop tents. Available in 2 sizes, the Mini and the Elite, this tent has a small footprint that expands to provide a spacious and comfortable sleeping experience. The Mini is only 65 inches by 52 inches when closed and opens up to give a sleeping platform that is 82 inches by 70.8 inches, which is a 20% increase over its initial footprint. The Elite is a monster with a closed footprint of 75 inches by 52 inches and an open sleeping platform of 82 by 70.8 inches. The Elite is nearly a king-size bed. This year, the Alto was upgraded to an all-aluminum shell and the ABS plastic has been discontinued. The shell upgrade improves longevity and durability for all types of adventure, ensuring your investment stays with you for years to come. With windows on all 4 sides and an included skylight, this roomy tent can feel even more airy and bright when needed. And then the light blocking textiles can drown out light and be the perfect place to sleep late after a long day on the trails. To set up the 4x4 Colorado Alto rooftop tent, release the front 2 latches and then lift the shell. The ladder is stowed inside the body and it will act as a leverage point to expand the floor. Before pulling out the ladder, lower the elastic band that is restraining the tent's fabric and then extend the ladder and leverage the base open. Climbing up on the ladder, you'll find a U-bar that supports the rainfly. Extend and secure this into place. There are 2 lengths of spring rods. The bag with only 2 spring rods supports the rainfly on the front, and then the others support the flies over the side windows. This isn't the fastest 4x4 Colorado tent to set up, although it will still deploy in about 3 minutes or less after some practice. It is the most spacious. So space is your objective. This is the tent for you. Once you're inside, you will appreciate the sheer amount of space With a large enough sleeping area for 2 to 3 adults in the Mini and 3 to 4 adults in the Elite, it's impressive that this is available on a rooftop tent. The extra windows provide excellent ventilation and views, so you won't feel stuffy even in warmer, humid weather. With the Cloud Comfort Airfoam mattress available as a single for the Mini and as a his/hers double for the Elite, you will find a sleep similar to what you have at home. This mattress is one of the most comfortable on the market. Adding it as an upgrade will be one of the best decisions you will ever make. A skylight with a blackout shade is located in the soft roof at the front of the tent. The window is covered with the rainfly, so you will stay dry while keeping a view of the sky or stars if it's not raining, because if it's raining, you won't see stars. Like all 4x4 Colorado tents, the Alto features built-in LED lighting. It's a small touch, but it does make a big difference when you're climbing into, the blackout fabric, or you're trying to read a book in the dark, or maybe you left your keys up there or something. So all of that stuff is great. It's just nice to have a little light as you climb in there before bed. As the largest rooftop tent offered by 4x4 Colorado, it is impressive that it is one of the better ones in the wind. To any of you looking at rooftop tents for the first time, it is no secret that wind can quickly become the most uncomfortable scenario to sleep in. With a bit of strategic planning, the Alto will be the best night's sleep you'll have in the wind. As long as the side window rainflies are closed and you position the hard side of the tent to the wind, you will be sheltered and have the peace of mind just being able to sleep without even thinking about wind at all. The Alto is genuinely designed to the best quality to fight the harshest elements with sealed seams and water-resistant 600 denier Oxford canvas. You will find yourself dry and warm as the high-altitude storms pass through camp. Another set-apart feature is the built-in diesel heater port. With the 4x4 Colorado diesel heater, you can run the duct directly into your tent, preventing zipper gaps or any other unconventional creative ducting methods that we might have all used in the past. This heat-proof port is the cleanest and safest way to provide heat to your tent on a cold night. The 4x4 Colorado Alto rooftop tent is a top-notch option for all outdoor enthusiasts and overlanders who demand durability, comfort, and in this case, a lot of space. Whether you're on a cross-country trip, a fishing trip with the boys, or just camping in your backyard, this tent will be your reliable home away from home. When closed, the Alto Mini is 65 inches long, 55 inches wide, and 10.5 inches tall. As one of the more robust tent offerings, this tent weighs 231 pounds. The Alto Elite is 75 inches long, 52 inches wide, and 10.5 inches tall, and weighs 272 pounds. Attaching this tent to your roof rack or bed rack is a breeze with all the tools you need included in the tent. If you have ratcheting hand tools, it will make life so much easier. Just please do not use power tools when installing this. The aluminum hardware can quickly strip with just when you do that, just that much force. So that would just make a bad day out of a really good day when you get your new rooftop tent. If you're not the type to install your adventure gear on your own, do not worry. Installation and pickup are available at the Denver showroom, where you can leave the installation to the professionals. Some key reasons that the Alto is right for you. Spacious interior. The large interior space is the key reason to add an Alto to your build. Weather resistance, rain or shine, this tent keeps you comfortable and dry through premium construction and material selection. The built-in LED lighting, a thoughtful addition for convenience, the built-in diesel heater port, and lastly, the small footprint when it is closed, so it's not going to eat up a ton of space on a bed rack or roof rack. Some key reasons to consider one of the other 4x4 Colorado tents. Setup time. Although shorter than most tents on the market, it is not as rapid as the Nimbus or the Stratus. Weight. As the heaviest tent offered, it is not recommended for composite roofs like on the Jeep or the Bronco, and is better suited for a truck bed with a bed rack or solid roofs like the 4Runner has. And lastly, price. As the premium tent in the 4x4 Colorado line, the Alto is the most expensive. Exploring the Nimbus or Stratus will save you a few bucks. So, thank you for joining me on this 4x4 Colorado Alto rooftop tent walkthrough. I hope this video has helped you better understand what this tent has to offer. And if you have any questions or want to share your experience with this tent, Please leave a comment below or reach out to the team at 4x4 Colorado to further help you decide which tent is right for you.
All right, next is a company that I just started recommending last year, and that is Hest. This is a company that specializes in premium memory foam, camping mattresses, and pillows. And friends, I'm going to tell you right now, if you've never laid on a Hest mattress or their pillow, oh my goodness. Get to, I think they're sold at REI. Go down to REI or a Bass Pro, something like that. If they have a display out, lay down on, I mean, believe me, you'll thank me for this. It is I hate cliche terms, but I'm going to use it here because it's the only thing I can see fit here. It is truly a game changer. So for years, I've been recommending Expos mattresses, and it's a brand that I still recommend. It's just a different animal. But I always thought the grass, there's no way in heck the grass, man, if I could talk today, the grass could be greener, and yet Hest has managed to do so. I have their dual mattress, and it rolls up to about this big and like this wide and so forth. And so it's not exactly small, but when you factor in the comfort level, and so this is the best way I can put that. When I lay down on my mattress at my home and so forth, there's a certain level of comfort, but bringing that big ass mattress out with me is not really practical. So if I can get close to that with something that's like this big and this wide when it's all folded up, yeah, for me, I'm gonna categorize that as being portable. And the pillow, it's funny. A buddy of mine has their full-size pillow. I have their travel one, and so it folds into something like this by this wide and so forth, and it's like a transformer. You kind of unzip it and it folds out. It is absolutely amazing. So a lot of versatile options, when you look at the different size mattresses and different things that they have. Now, as I mentioned earlier, what I will do is I will put a link down below over to these guys, and I would definitely, again, don't take my word for it. If you have an REI or a Bass Pro, get in there. I think REI has these things where you can actually lay down on it. I highly, highly recommend. All right, friends, and that is it for Best of Mountain West 2024. I will highly encourage you, if you've never been to one of these shows, to get out there even for a day. Now, I was up at Mountain West for a day and a half, and it was an absolute blast. So, West out in Arizona, yeah, you probably want to go out there with a couple days because it's just absolutely massive. You have Pacific, you have Mountain West. Those two are their kind of smaller shows. As I understand, next year they have one opening up in Costa Mesa, which will be interesting. And then, of course, you have the East Coast one, which I think is on par with the size of the one out in Flagstaff. I've never been to the East Coast one. But anyway, friends, that's all I have. If you have any questions about any of the companies or any of the content that we've discussed in this video, leave me a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video.